Hello everyone and welcome to Galaxy 89 Cars. Today I have the pleasure of being able to bring you an in-depth tour of the highly anticipated AMG GTR here in Green Hell Magno. Before starting the video I have to say a quick thanks to Mercedes-Benz World Brooklands for allowing me to film the car they currently have on display. Their contact details are in the description of the video. The GTR is a hardcore development of the already impressive AMG GT. It derives design inspiration from the AMG GT3 race car, with its main feature being the inflated Panamericana style front grille. The GTR is powered by essentially the same 4-litre bi-turbo V8 found in the standard GT, but here it produces 585 brake horsepower and 516 pounds-feet of torque. This output results in a 0 to 62 mph or 100 km/h time of 3.6 seconds and a top speed of 198 mph. Impressive performance for a car with a curb weight of 1,630 kilograms. This improved output helped the GTR to an astonishing 7-minute 10-second Nürburgring time. However, there's more to thank than just grunt, as the GTR has active aero, rear-wheel steer and an adjustable 9-stage traction control system. The newly reworked tri-exit switchable performance exhaust system has titanium tips and gurgles and growls like no other AMG. Carbon slits have been placed above due to the high temperature it reaches. Watch my video of it here. It sits on 19-inch front and 20-inch rear, lightweight forged wheels, with the rears offering rear axle steer, meaning they, depending on speed, either turn with or against the direction of the front wheels. This creates a far more agile, stable and responsive handling experience. This model is fitted with the standard brakes, but carbon ceramics can be spec'd and are indicated by gold calipers. Let's now start the exterior tour from front to back. The Panamericana front grille creates a far more hunkered down and aggressive aesthetic. At the bottom are slits, known as lamellas, that form the active air control system. This can both close for increased airflow and open to allow cooling to the brakes and engine. Underneath, there's a deployable front lip spoiler that deploys at speeds of over 50 miles an hour to increase downforce and reduce front lift. And on each side, there's a small aero slit to further aid lateral airflow. Above these, the bi-xenon adaptive lights and LED day running lights are great for illumination, but also contribute to the car's newly found aggression. Moving up to the bonnet and we find lines on either side topped with air vents. These large vents aid engine cooling. Towards the rear of the front quarter panel are more air vents, presumably to release hot air from within the arches. These are adorned with gloss black shards. Above and slightly behind are the wing mirrors with integrated indicators. They have quite a large glass surface area, so offer good visibility. This model has been spec'd with the gloss carbon roof, which helps to keep the car's centre of gravity and overall weight lower. Below, the car also has gloss black side skirts that run underneath the doors. Above, the door handles are easy to grasp and operate. Keyless go can be spec'd and leads to the square impression on the side. Just behind, the petrol cap is found to the right. Sitting on the back of the car, the larger rear wing is fixed but manually adjustable, so to create more or less downforce depending on the driver's needs. Below this, there is a small brake light with the new GTR insignia across the back. Further down are the LED brake, reverse and indicators, with another air vent running horizontally. Below, there are further air vents that vent air from the rear wheel arches. Furthest down, the redesigned aggressive diffuser has been formed for high airflow and cooling of the titanium-tipped sports exhaust. Now we've finished the exterior detailed look, let's move to the interior. The key is standard AMG and offers controls for lock, unlock and open the boot. Thanks to its large door handles, the doors are opened very easily. The interior space feels quite tight, but also offers a balance between luxury and performance, with Dynamica, leather and piano black inlays. There's no interior POV tour in this video, so I'll start my in-depth look with the doors. They are upholstered in leather at the top, with Alcantara below, and the door release and first Burmester speaker. Below is a leather black upholstered armrest with a piano black inlay and the window and mirror controls. Under this is a very small but usable storage pocket. Ingress and egress of the car is very easy, as the car isn't that low. It's a true GT after all. The illuminated AMG seal is an option. As we move inside, the first things we encounter are the parking brake, external light controls and first air vent. Now sitting in the driver's seat, we can take a look at the multifunctional Dynamica microfiber performance steering wheel, trip controls on the left and multimedia and call on the right. Next, we need to turn the car on to have a look at the dash. The key actually goes in the central column of the GTR, which is something I haven't seen before. One turn to the left and the ignition comes on. The driver has 3 screens, from left to right. Speedo with petrol gauge, the TFT trip screen, and rev counter with the engine temperature. The trip screen offers information for temperature, lap timer, performance mode, G-meter, the 9-channel traction control and boost. These can be navigated through by using the left control array and yellow traction knob. Here, I decided to provide a driver's eye view of the elongated front bonnet. It stretches out quite far. The 7-speed dual-clutch transmission has been retained from the standard GT. However, AMG have given this gearbox longer gearing to cope with the increased performance. The driver can utilise the paddles behind the wheel to change gear or remain in auto mode. Pressing the on button in the central column, we can now take a look at the infotainment system on the car's main TFT screen. First is navigation, then DAB digital radio options. Media is next, which is followed by communication options. Then vehicle, which offers menus for various features including individual configuration, where the driver can bespoke their car setup. Vehicle data and dynamic select also provide interesting information on real-time output, but can't be accessed fully without the engine running. The final options are system settings, where general information can be found and settings can be adjusted, time and date adjustment, and an option to turn the screen off. Below the screen are 4 more air vents that look quite arachnid to me. Below these is the new traction control selector. The GTR Sport's AMG traction control allows the driver to precisely select the level of electronic interference with traction and grip. It allows for controllable oversteer when accelerating out of apexes, and features 9 levels of adjustment, from significant computer interference to very little. Under, there are various controls for temperature, ventilation and demist. The main central column features concealed cup holders and the 12-volt socket at the front, and quite a vast array of buttons and controls behind. In the centre is the main control for the TFT screen with a trackpad, direct option buttons and swivel underneath. Behind this is the lever to change the car between park, drive, reverse, etc. The first button is to quickly select between the car's drive setup, from comfort to race. Next is the engine start-stop, with ESC off and damper controls behind. On the opposing side is the on-off and volume controls for the screen, with transmission, stop-start and active exhaust buttons behind. At the rear of the central column is a small storage area where the key mounts and auxiliary and USB connectivity can be found. Moving up, there's netting between the cabin and boot area, where there's actually quite a lot of space. Two main seat options are available for the GTR. In my opinion, the more desirable bucket seats, and these multifunctional adjustable performance seats in leather and Dynamica. The optional yellow seat belts have also been added here. Controls are at the side, and the seats don't actually tilt that far forward. Let's take a look at the car's remaining storage capacity. There's an easily accessible glove compartment on the passenger side. However, it offers not as much room as one might expect. Now we can move outside to the rear boot. The relatively depthless boot offers a surprising 350 litres of storage space, but how well can it be truly utilised? Moving back in briefly, we can look at the controls for seat heating, hazard lights and parking sensors, with illumination and tow controls farther forward. There are also slim sun visors with illuminated vanity mirrors. So that concludes my tour of the new AMG GTR. Thanks again to Mercedes-Benz Brooklands for the opportunity. Please subscribe for the latest content, and until next time, cheers.